You're watching Cartel TV and I'm Simone. Now make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Volvo as a brand are taking a more aggressive approach in their shift to full EV, with all their cars slated to be fully EV by 2026.
Last year we reviewed the all-electric XC40 and today I'm checking out their second fully electric option to the Australian market. It's the all-electric C40, it's called the C40 Recharge and I have it in its ultimate guise.
On the design front, this car looks stunning. This striking black colour also really makes it stand out.
But unfortunately for this hot Australian climate, I wouldn't really recommend it as a practical choice. As you can see, it's a very hot Australian summer's day and I stupidly chose to wear all black myself and I'm really feeling it. But there are 8 colour choices, so finding an alternative should be pretty easy.
The front is grille-less to help identify it as an EV. It has the Hammer of Thor lights we're familiar with from the Volvo design motif.
But the front of this new C40 is a lot sleeker than what we saw with the XC40.
It flows to the roof, which, as you can see on this side profile, the roofline is lower and sportier than the XC40, which to me looks sensational.
But again, just like this black paint job, it can cause some complications that I'll get into a little later on.
Side on, these striking yet minimalistic 20-inch alloys really stand out, but in a good way. They feel like a Scandinavian design reflective of Volvo.
The back of the car is probably my favourite part of the design.
The LEDs are a vertical design that go up to the roofline. Really visually stunning.
Okay, so what's powering this biking? You have a choice between 2 powertrains, one being a single motor and the other being a dual motor.
The single motor option, called the Recharge Single Electric Motor, sends the power to the front wheels and gives you 170 kilowatts of power and 330 newton meters of torque. It gets you from 0 to 100 k's in 7.3 seconds. The battery is 69 kilowatt hours and has a WLTP rating of 434 kilometers of range.
We have the Recharge Twin Electric Motor.
Having 2 motors allows it to be all-wheel drive. It produces 300 kilowatts of power and 660 newton meters of torque. And it's significantly faster than the single motor and skips to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.7 seconds. The battery is larger at 78 kilowatt hours and offers 420 kilometers of range WLTP. The listed charge time for this battery on a 150 kilowatt hour fast charger is 40 minutes. That will get you from 10 to 80%. The battery architecture is 400 volts and not as fast as architecture we see in some other EVs, which can offer relative charging times in under 20 minutes.
Let's see what it's like to drive.
Having the more powerful dual motor C40, the drive is just beautiful. The acceleration is invigorating.
But it's more than just that. The car itself is very grounded and the steering is assured and accurate.
And accessing the one-pedal driving, which is Volvo's regen system, isn't the simplest thing. But the one setting, a strong one, is actually great. It makes one-pedal driving very easy and true to its name.
So many positives with the drive, but there are still a few things that I have to pick on.
The digital instrument cluster seems to only show you the percentage of battery remaining.
That's really not ideal. And it actually doesn't mean much. Like, I want to know how many kilometres of range I have remaining.
To do that, I need to access the information through the infotainment unit. Here it gives me 3 different ranges in kilometres. I get why it does that. It's showing you the best case, average and worst case range scenarios. But I end up just looking at the worst case scenario.
I would just like an average of how many kilometres I have left. And I would like it displayed on the instrument cluster at all times. Is that too much to ask? That way, from there, I can adjust my driving style around that. But hey, if I've missed something and one of you guys knows how to adjust it or how to have it displayed, let me know.
Now, I mentioned earlier that the stunning design does bring with it complications. This really low roofline is an issue for taller drivers. Our 6'2" producer has found that with the hot weather and that panoramic glass roof, it can create uncomfortable heat onto his poor head. There's no curtain or cover that closes over it, so the glass roof is exposed all the time, and it's just been radiating heat over these last few days. We then also tested it out with EV enthusiast Ian, who is 5 foot tall. We discovered there wasn't a way to raise the seating, and shorter drivers can struggle to see over the high dashboard.
So really, there's a Goldilocks effect to consider when buying this car.
You need to be a mid-range height to find it just right.
That low roofline that looks so pretty also means that rear visibility is pretty poor.
I've struggled to find an ideal position for my rearview mirror, which allows me to be comfortable with the view.
These are some, I suppose, compromises that accompany that nice design.
Other than that, the interior is on point with what we've been seeing with Volvo over the last few years. There's the vertical tablet-style infotainment, very minimalist buttons around the place, lovely lighting designs integrated into the interior finishing, but nothing really revolutionary, and all things I feel like we've seen from Volvo before.
So again, that beautiful sloping roof is revealing itself. Anyone taller than me is probably going to struggle back here. But the good thing is, at least I'm not directly under that really hot glass, like I was mentioning before on this hot day. So I'm under a bit of cover, which is nice. But back here, the seats themselves are really comfortable. I've got lots of storage space with the door pockets. I've got armrests with 2 cup holders. I've got air vents back here, USB-C port, heated seats to go with the heated roof.
The boot space is 413 litres, and there's a small space beneath to keep your chargers. There's also a narrow frunk you can keep it in as well.
The C40 Recharge is packed with safety features in its ultimate guise, and many of them do help to offset that struggle you have with rear visibility.
There's a very crisp 360-degree camera, rear cross traffic alert with auto braking, blind spot information system, lane departure assistance, collision avoidance assist, as well as advanced body structure and a unique battery protective cage.
The pricing structure is very simple.
The C40 Recharge starts at $81,666 drive away for the single motor and smaller battery plus trim. You add $7,979 to jump up to this ultimate trim. The total cost becoming $89,645 drive away.
It's styled to be a simplistic marvel. It is absolutely stunning.
But those looks have come at a compromise in some other areas that could rule out some buyers.
Also, the EV infrastructure within the C40 Recharge and the information that it provides still feels like it could be improved upon, especially when comparing it to other EVs within its price category. Thanks for watching Cartel TV. Now, the C40 Recharge, what are your thoughts? How do you think it compares with other EVs within its price category? Let us know in the comments below. Also, next week we're reviewing the Polestar 2, so stay tuned for that. Stay cool, and you'll see me in my next review.